Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Pillars of Eternity. In this video, we're going to try to clear out Black Meadow. One of the quests here is for the Smith's shipment, so we're going to have to fight a pretty hard fight against some bandits. There's some miscellaneous monsters hanging out in this Black Meadow that are pretty dangerous as well, so we'll see what we can do. Now, at the end of the last video, my Dermwood man, elven friend, the Rogue, leveled up, so let's go ahead and start with that. Because I'm not using him for mechanics, because he will not be a permanent party member, I'm going to go ahead and just put a couple of points into survival here for him, and leave that alone. Now we get to choose a talent. I'm going to go ahead and keep it pretty simple for the first talent. We're just going to go ahead and grab Marksman, giving him +5 accuracy against distant enemies, and call it a day. For other talents, we might have to think a little bit more, but that's not going to happen for another couple of levels for him. Okay, so game pause. Let's turn on fast mode, go into scouting mode, unpause the game, and we'll just head downward first. I don't plot out my passage through the map super efficiently. I just sort of do it. We have, it seems, a group of undead here. Who is this guy? My rogue is sort of just wandering off. And my barbarian's up front. Let's do it correctly here. This seems to be a choke point, maybe. Let's grab our priest and have him do his thing to damage them all. And then the wizard can launch a bomb in there as well. I'm gonna check to make sure. Actually, I'm gonna turn on frenzy for the barbarian. And then after that, start attacking the white. And then the rogue should be able to just attack whoever he wants, because they should all drop pretty quickly. These Wicts or Whites, they are not very difficult. They're kind of like the undead version of Zorps. They're pretty simple to kill. The only problem is they don't drop any loot, so you don't get any bonuses for killing them like you do for the Zorps. You can pick up their spears and shields and then sell them for sweet, sweet coppers. None of that with these guys. Is there a point to going down? Yeah, so there's this bridge. We're ultimately going to try to get to Defiance Bay, but this bridge ends up being broken. As far as I know, you never have to go to the bridge, you know, it's just another place where you can get some stuff. So here we have a pretty messed up camping site. These people should have just kept on going to Defiance Bay. We got a magic bow, yes, at long last. Our rogue gets a better bow. Loving it. And we have a secret spot here with some more camping supplies. Woo! Okay. So that's another place. I now basically have camping supplies in 2 places, I think, in Magron's Fork and another place in Black Meadow. I wish you could leave notes on the map, because with these stupid camping supplies mechanics, it is very tempting to want to jot down where the camping supplies are. Now, this fight's pretty tough, so we're definitely going to turn on Frenzy. And then the rogue can just start shooting at the spiderlings. I don't want to waste the fighter's knockdown abilities on the spear spiderlings. I want to save those definitely for the spiders, because the spiderlings go down super fast. The question is, should he do second wind? No, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the priest pop his holy radiance to heal him, because Eder does more damage than the priest, so I'd rather Eder do the healing than the fighter taking time to do second wind. Especially because the fighters have constant regeneration anyway. In combat, that's sort of their thing. Okay, so Eder can attack this. Actually, I think now's a good time to knock the big spider prone and shoot it with the rogue. The barbarian can whack the little spiderling, and that'll deal carnage damage to each of the spiders. The priest, who cares what he does? And then the wizard, we should be able to catch everybody. I'm doing that mostly for the raw damage than for the dazing. Okay, these spiders are not that difficult. Thought they'd be a bit more challenging. They weren't. I mean, Eder did take a bunch of hits, so it's a good thing they focus fired him. But no problem there. Let's go ahead and check out what's on the corpse. Ooh, that's a pretty nice cache of coppers. Happy to see that. We'll just scroll along the bottom of the map and then wind our way back and over. Again, you could probably try to be more efficient in your pathing than what I'm doing, but I'm pretty you can say I'm a pretty casual Pillars of Eternity player. I'm not like hardcore min-maxing. Alright, we got a troll here. This shouldn't be too hard of a fight. I don't remember how quickly these trolls do or don't fall, so I'm just gonna blow my whole load here, using all my encounter abilities against them. Is it worth it to do Frenzy? Why not? We'll do Q, and then I'm gonna press the Shift key and attack the troll to queue up attacking the troll. Alright, he went prone. Now it is blind and dazed. See, this is why I don't give too much credence to people who say that, oh, well, barbarians aren't good against single targets. They're only good against hordes of enemies.
All
but,
right,
like,
then.
it's the hordes of enemies that are difficult fights and that most of the fights are. The single enemy fights are really just not that big of a deal because with encounter abilities, you just unload on them and then they go splat. So that's why I feel like barbarians are a very strong class. It's not really a meaningful limitation to say that they're only good against groups of enemies. Okay, so we've got quite the horde here, and where's my priest? There he is. Okay, so we're gonna step him up a little bit. Pop the Q button. My barbarian's getting hurt pretty bad, so I'm actually going to do Savage Defiance first. And then I'm not going to bother doing Frenzy because these guys are going to go down so fast. They're all going to be dead before anything can even happen. I'll shoot this in there as well. Are these immune to blind? They're not. I might as well use this, I guess, with my rogue. Let's do that one.
Yes.
That looks like it hurts. So, alright. Looks like they're pretty much all dead. I think auto-attacking here should do the job. I don't mind that these fights aren't harder. I don't necessarily think that random fights in the middle of nowhere should be that difficult. I like for the hard fights to be the, you know, the sort of special ones. This is interesting because this is light armor that has a damage resistance of 0, so it doesn't do anything per se. You can enchant it to get some damage resistance on it, but I like this because it has 0 recovery speed. So we could actually, with our barbarian here, put that on and get a 25% faster attack speed. Of course, we're losing a bunch of these damage resistances in the process. So let me actually take a quick look at that again. We also have, what is these, bonus constitution boots. I guess we'll put them on the barbarian because barbarians get the most value from an extra point of constitution, and my barbarian is in the front lines. One thing you have to be careful of is that things don't stack. But so like these boots wouldn't do anything if I had something else giving me constitution, but I don't, so they work. Okay, let's take a quick look here. What can I do for enchantments here? Can I get some quality on here? I actually need to be level 4 before I can put the fine enchantment on them for an extra 2 damage reduction. Yeah, I guess that'll be nice. So I can, let's see, I can do attribute bonuses. I'm not sure that it's worth it to get a single attribute point. Certainly not for 300 coppers. Maybe for the double ones would be worth it, but even then I'm not quite sure. And then proofing, the thing about proofing is there's so many different things to proof against that it's like I don't even know which one I'm supposed to pick. So I just stick to the fine, exceptional, and superb bonuses. But they do have level requirements. So yeah, I'll hang on to these clothes. I'll put them in the inventory so I know not to sell them off. But we will enchant them when the time comes. In fact, maybe I should give Durance's robes to my barbarian. These have a damage resistance of 3 instead of the 5 of the hide armor, but there's 10% less recovery speed. Yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we give the excuse me. There we go. Give the barbarian the robes. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. So now I've got less protection on the barbarian. And my priest is a bit slower at doing stuff, but it's fine because his damage output sucks anyways. I could even have the priest go naked. Yeah, I don't know what damage resistance really does for the priest. We'll just do it like this. So he'll be all nice and naked. And then the wizard, honestly, recovery speed of 30% is pretty bad. That's a lot, but it does give a pretty cool ability, the 10% ability area effect. So we'll let the wizard do that. And then 35% here, that seems really extreme for an archer. Wow, I should have really checked this stuff sooner. Let's go for 25%. I'd really like the rogue to wear robes. But for now, we'll deal with the 25% of hide armor so that he shoots a bit faster. Okay, well, anyway, that was all precipitated by me finding some light armor. Let's go ahead and continue exploring the map here. We're about halfway done, I reckon. Okay, let's pick up some ingredients. If you want more money, by the way, you can just sell the ingredients, but you may be annoyed later, because if you do decide to craft stuff, and you've been selling off all your ingredients, then, you know, you have to then go find a shopkeeper who sells the right ingredients and buy them, and it's all just like a big old honkin' pain in ye old butock. Okay, so we're back around up to the road. Now we gotta do the upper half of the map. I was just about to quick save. Oh, you can actually quick save with enemies in sight. Interesting. Now, is this one troll or two? It's just one troll? Okay, so Eder does the knockdown. Barbarian does Fury, and then queue up an attack. The Priest does nothing because he's useless. Hate priests. They're a really good class. Everyone says priests are amazing. I just don't like them. It's not a game thing. It's just a me thing. And then the rogue will do a blinding shot. Okay. So it is dazed and blind. This should not be difficult. And indeed, it wasn't. Excellent. Let's pick up its troll hide and move on. I'm still getting experience for killing those trolls. Nice. That is just free EXP. And I mentioned before, but you do stop getting EXP if you kill things that are like way below your level. Alright, here we have 3 trolls. So that's a little different than when there's 1 troll. I will go ahead and knock the first one down. I will also queue up Frenzy and do this. We may want to just put a buff out here. Let's go for, oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go for the Blessing. I like the Blessing. It has a huge area of effect. It's very easy to get everybody in it. Just give everybody some more accuracy and some more damage. And why not? I don't think I'm going to use up all of my spells here. So what I'm going to do with the wizards, we'll try something a bit fancy. I'm going to run with the wizard over here. And I'm going to see if I can hit the trolls, but not my allies, with a Fan of Flames. Not quite. Okay, let's try this. I think that barely hits the fighter. Okay, oh, let's do this. Okay, so that hits all the trolls. So I'm just putting out some damage. This way, the trolls go down a little bit faster. Now, the wizard's doing that. The priest is finished with his blessing. I'm going to do a little bit of precautionary measures. I'm going to run in here with the priest and just use this ability, just in case the barbarian is getting damaged and I'm not seeing it. And now the rogue, I think, can blind one of the trolls and start shooting it. Okay, so the wizard did his Fan of Flames. Let's go ahead and use his typical encounter ability now. This will daze everything. And one of the trolls drops. Excellent. So now this one's dazed. Let's attack it. The Carnage, thanks to my high intelligence, does reach the other troll. The rogue, let's go ahead and attack this one. Is this one that's blind? No, it's just dazed. Eder has not used his knockdowns. Oh, he's used one. Okay, so let's knock down that troll while we focus fire down the other one. What happened here? Who's knocked down? Oh, that's the troll's head. Okay. Alright, so that troll's dead. Lovely dovely. Does the wizard still have a thing? Yeah, I'll see the thing here. Oh, didn't get it up. Okay, cool. No problem. So, get that.
Keeping an eye out.
We'll go back into sneak mode. Pick up some blood moss. Alright. Now over here we're going to run into the rogues, and this is where you can use a bit of strategy. The angle that you approach the rogues from can be significant. So if we have, like, say, our sneaky person come out here, we can see the bandits, and you can see that there's a bandit leader there, and there's bandits back here that are going to, like, shoot at you. So you can try, shit. You can try to come up from the back to get the archers. But as it is, it looks like we're in for a fight here. So let's just go ahead and blind this bandit. Everybody now, please, if you'd be so kind, unstealth. And, yeah, run up and kill this guy. So we're going to press the attack button because we're not technically in combat yet. And start this party. Okay, so that was good. I got the bandit down pretty fast. You'll see there's a couple of bandits back here who just shoot at range. So one thing you can try to do is maybe see if there's a way to, like, get a chill fog happening back here. The wizard will have to run up a fair bit to drop this thing, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to have him do that so that we can start doing some damage. And the chill fog also blinds, so that it reduces their damage output because it blinds them. Alright, now that guy's down. Let's go ahead and take my fighter and attack this outlaw, knock him down. This is a good time for the barbarian to activate Frenzy. The priest, what he can do is he can run up here and do the Q in order to heal our fighter. Alright, this is getting awkward because the outlaw is going after my back line. So now we need to bring this outlaw down as fast as possible. Eder is currently running to knock him down, but I'm going to have to leave the barbarian to deal with this. Eder is going to tangle with the leader because I just can't afford to have Eder move off. Okay, so my priest is getting attacked by the outlaw. Where's my wizard? He's running to drop a chill fog. I think that's fine, although I could end up regretting this. I'm gonna queue up. Oh no. The healing is about to come from the priest. The fighter, I think, is gonna be okay, although this would be tragic if he's not okay. He is hobbled for just a little bit. That's not gonna do very much. Yeah, let's go ahead and try to knock this guy down. The barbarian really needs to work on this outlaw here. We need to bring that outlaw down. The rogue should attack the outlaw, and then the priest is gonna get his heal off. And then we'll kind of see in a few seconds what's happening. Okay, so the bandit leader went prone for just a little bit. Unfortunately, I can't really focus on this bandit leader because we got to get this outlaw down or these people are going to be toast. I am going to drop a divine mark on that guy because it just does a little bunch of damage and lowers deflection. So the idea is that that will enable more hits to drop onto this outlaw and more crits and bring him down super fast. Then I'll be able to bring the barbarian back up to the front line. All right, we dropped the chill fog down. So that means that my wizard is free. I'm going to run away a little bit and drop a daze on this outlaw back here, ravaging my back lines. Okay, that guy died. Now Edir is going to go ahead and do second wind to heal up. My barbarian is going to hit the scavenger, which will deal carnage damage to the leader. My wizard wasted his first thing. That sucks. But he's going to have to just drop another one there. Okay, wizard, can you please do this? Thank you very much. Now, Edir, let me try to knock down this scavenger so that if he's prone, the rogue can do more damage to him. Great, so everyone's gone here in the front lines except for the bandit leader. Perfect. Now, I don't want to run in here because there is a chill fog in the area. So I'm going to just have the wizard do regular attacks, the priest can do regular attacks, the rogue can come up and shoot. And I'm just hoping that the rogue's damage is going to be good enough. I'm just going to bring my ranged characters in here. This guy is still standing in the chill fog, I believe. Okay. So that was a tough fight, but nobody died. Nobody died. Someone put a nature's mark on me? What an asshole. Okay. So, let's go ahead and loot.
All right, then.
The best part of the battle. Just a bunch of basic stuff. I think it's all going to go in the stash. Yeah. Got some money. Alright, let's loot this corpse pile over here. More basic stuff. Wonder how much harder the fight would have been if they had regular magic equipment. Let's go ahead and loot all their things. There's the smith's shipment. And also a note that you can read. Oh, jibba jibba. Okay, cool. Alright, so, yeah, let's, scout around here, see if there's any secret stuff. Oops.
Silence
There we go.
surrounds
Now let's kind of clear away this fog of war in this area. Check out some dragon bones. There's this hidden thing for some more treasures. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sell that stuff off. It's all just kind of ingredients. We've got another forest troll up here. This one's a loner. So, shouldn't be too hard. Let's blind him. Let's daze him. Let's knock him prone. And I don't even think it's worth turning on frenzy. We're just going to come up with whackety dackety dappity dingle. Oh no, I had time. I could have turned the frenzy on. Alright, note to self. The trolls are hardy enough to survive a full round in time for and give the barbarian enough time to turn frenzy on. Okay, I think there's another hard fight up here in the upper right-hand corner of the map. I do believe that there's one more challenge awaiting us here. Otherwise, that's it for Black Meadow. Can I not come up through these trees? Evidently, I can't. At least not directly. Ah, gotta find the road again. So there's the road. We've already discovered the map that's above this. Otherwise, you can click on the edge there to uncover the next map. Oh, hang on, got some mushrooms here. Don't want to miss the mushrooms. Okay, there's a forest lurker. That is a pretty tough enemy. There's a forest troll. There's 2 of them. Well, I took out 3 not too long ago. Speaking of which, there's 3. Okay, cool. So the barbarian's gonna stand back here. Let's turn on frenzy, then queue up attacking the middle troll. Let's drop a daze bomb a little bit later. I want them all to get caught in it. In the meantime, then I'm just going to blind the central troll with the rogue to turn on sneak attack. Okay, so now that every troll is here, we're gonna daze them all. There's one kind of wandering over here, which I'm a little bit concerned about. I think it's coming to get the barbarian. All right, so the priest can just drop this heal just in case the barbarian's taking any damage. I think Eder got knocked prone.
Hey.
All right. This one's prone. I'm gonna shoot this one with the rogue, try to finish it off.
Leave it to me.
Does Eder have any more knockdown? Nope, but there is another daze bomb, so we're gonna drop that in to turn on sneak attack. I don't think it's actually ended up being all that relevant, but we got him down. Okay. The wild thing up at the top right here that I kind of ignored, that's actually a pretty tough enemy, so I'm gonna come back to that later. And I don't remember if it's got friends, but it might. So in case that is the tough fight, I want that basically to be the last thing left on this map before I, you know, call it a day with this video and move on to the next map. Let's go ahead and quick save in case this ends up going badly for me. Yes, this Forest Lurker is a Primordial, so remember, Dwarves get a 15 accuracy versus Wilders and Primordials. This is a pretty tough dude. He can be blinded and knocked prone and dazed, which are the main effects I have. But there, of course, are plenty of abilities that this would be very annoying to deal with because they do not work. And of course, there's another one. Also, my Barbarian's in front for some reason. Okay, so let's knock this guy prone. Let's turn on Frenzy and then queue up an attack. I am going to go for broke here. I'm just going to have the rogue blind this thing right off the bat. And I'm going to have the wizard drop a bomb in here because I want these guys to go down as fast as possible. Is this guy hell-bent
something else
on getting up to my barbarian? Maybe. But looks like the warrior stopped him cold by knocking him prone. Alright, the rogue should be shooting at this guy because he's got a whole host of conditions. I didn't get into frenzy. Okay, cool. Let's try that one more time.
That works.
Alright.
Hey.
Knock this guy prone again. Notice how this one back here is taking damage even though I've actually not set anyone to attack him. The reason for that is all carnage damage. Alright, Eder's taken quite a beat down here. I've already used the heal from the priest. Let's go ahead and pop second wind. And drop another daze bomb. The rogue's got nothing left, but we'll just keep attacking. Of course, the priest will keep attacking. I'm gonna actually end up, sleeping after this. So let's go ahead and put the divine mark on there. It's a pretty nice level 2 ability for the priest. Deals a bunch of damage and it lowers deflection, which makes it a lot easier to hit. And that's obviously a good thing when your goal is to kill somebody. Wow, my barbarian took some hits there from that lurker. So yeah, these are tough enemies. Don't underestimate these. It's a little tricky on this map. I don't know if this was intentional or kind of a mistake on the part of Obsidian, but the lurkers look a lot like the trolls, and the trolls are very easy while the lurkers are quite hard. So it's a bit tricky there, because if you're not paying attention to what you're fighting, then you could end up, you know, underestimating the battle and then getting screwed. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn off scouting and run back to this cart. Oh no, this tent area, because there was some supplies here. And I'm just going to camp. This will get me back my spells. And also, Eder is actually pretty low on health. You'll notice that his health is the same as his endurance. There's a little gray bar that appears where your endurance is bigger than your total health. Now, you don't want to get down to 0 because then you get maimed and then you wake up at 1 hit point, and if you take any damage at all, then you just die. You don't have any second chances. You just straight up die. Alright, so does anybody want something different? So this guy now can get a racial accuracy bonus, and it's plus 10, which is pretty decent. Obviously, it's kind of hard to tell what to go after, but I know, like, I can metagame it. I know that in the next level, there's a whole lot of spirits, so I can get a plus 10 versus them, which is better than the damage reduction, which is doing nothing. I can also just go for bonus movement and get around more quickly. That's also fine. If you know, if the character's not planning to take any damage, then the movement's kind of a good all-around buff. But if we're not metagaming, and if I didn't know that I was going to be fighting against spirits in the next map, I'd have no reason to take this bonus. So we'll go for the movement on the rogue, and then just damage reduction is all that's available for the barbarian. So let's rest. And then we're going to pick up these camping supplies. There we go. And that is it for the Black Meadow. Now, at this point, you could, if you wanted to, go back to Gilded Vale and turn in the quest. That would also save you camping supplies, because you could just rest for free at the inn without having to spend the camping supplies. But I am going to, first of all, realize that I forgot to activate the next map segment. Whoops. So we're going to have to run over here real quick to do that. And then we're going to go into Cadnua. Now, we're not going to do everything there, but I am going to pick up the strong. We're going to pick up our Chanter friend, which will be a very welcome addition to the party, giving us an extra person on the front lines. And we will also eventually pick up the stronghold. So that all awaits us here. All right, folks. Sorry, that's my timer going off. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe. And I'll see you again soon for the picking up of our final companion and our stronghold. Take care.